Right, I've heard Freewell left something on my table. Ooh, wide anamorphic and ND filters? Nah, haven't got the time. Okay, just 1 second. How small are those? I think I need a... Yeah. I have no idea how I'm gonna even attach those. I mean, that's just tiny. Okay. Let's try this out for a second. Should be okay. I think that goes in one of those filters. Need to turn the light on. See how this works. It's a little bit odd. I guess it fits on the Osmo Pocket. Okay. I guess they're magnetic. Everything is magnetic these days, right? Ooh. Okay, yeah. I see where this is going. ND filter. Anamorphic. Right. Let's pop this guy on. Should be easy enough, I guess. Ooh. That is smooth. Maybe I'll test it out later.
Today we're talking about Freewell filters. They're new, but they're old. Let's What I mean by that is that Freewell already made these filters, but they've made them again. They're for your Osmo Pocket. So this thing right here. And you kind of stick them on the front. Now, what I mean by old but new, or new but old, is filter box was needed. So I went to IKEA the other day. We have these two filters. This is the original wide angle filter right here. If you can see that, there you go. And this is the original anamorphic filter. There you go. Now I will link both of those films up here so you can have a look. Great filters. But what they've gone and done, because a lot of people complain that you can't use them cinematically, so you can't put ND filters on them. Mind you, they did do an ND filter attachment for the wide angle. They made something like this. Look at that. And what it basically is say we get the wide angle filter, which you can see is considerably bigger than what the original was. If we can have a look at that, see, there you go. Considerably. You have these little tiny filters. And what you basically do is you put it on top, get it in there, and now you have an ND installed on your wide angle filter. I'm guessing a lot of you are still thinking about the Osmo Pocket that just fell on the floor. I actually dropped that a couple of weeks back. I had it on a pole and I must have not fastened it well enough and it just fell straight down. Gimbal, just right down, and it broke. So I had to pick up a new one. Wasn't happy about that, really wasn't. But I found a brand new one, boxed, for I think $100. Oh well. Next thing is you have a anamorphic. Same thing. Take out the filter, put it on the ground, on the desk, on a flat surface, on your finger. Well, not on your finger because you'll get it dirty. Place it over the top, get it nice and snug in there, and now you have ND on your wide, ND on your anamorphic. That's really, really cool because now you can film in, you know, the 180-degree angle rule. What that basically means is that to have beautiful cinematic blur like you have in basically all films since the beginning of time, if you have a frame rate of 25 frames per second, you've got to double it to get your shutter speed, which will be 1/50th. If you have a frame rate of 60, you're going to have 120. If you have 120, you're going to have 240, and so on. And that basically will allow you to achieve beautiful natural motion blur. See, my hands are like, they're kind of almost blurred. They're not sharp. You can't see every single frame. But if you were to film in auto, so basically what you'd need to do with one of these during the daytime is you'd have every single frame sharp, and it would look very, very, very jittery and not cinematic at all. So it's great that Freewell have done this, because it's, even though these guys are so small, I mean, that's how small they are. Look, that's tiny. It is smaller than my fingernail. They kind of work okay. They work cool. Like I said, I take one of them out, I will put it down on a surface, yeah, and then I put the filter on top. It will click in. I'll make sure it's nice and snug on there, and then everything looks really nice, just like this. There you go. And that's how they work. And then when you've done that, you're gonna get your Osmo Pocket. You are gonna turn it on, and you're gonna very delicately place it on the front. And now, there you go, you have a filter, anamorphic, with the ND filter inside. And the same goes for your wide angle. There we go. Wide angle with ND filter inside. Now, let's quickly do some tests and show you the difference between the normal lens and the wide angle lens, and the original wide angle lens and the new wide angle lens, and the anamorphic. So you're just gonna have a quick idea of what this all looks like and if it's worth buying, which I think it is. The anamorphic's got some pretty cool flares, which I'm gonna show you in a second. The wide is wider, and it means that if you have your Osmo Pocket on, oh, by the way, don't put it on when it's turning on. That will mean that you're going to be able to keep it at an arm's distance and have a nice wide shot, as you can see right there. So that's pretty cool, and it means that you can vlog without having to, hold your arm out completely straight. It gives you a nice wide angle view. Any questions at all after I've shown you all these examples, drop them in the comments below. If you did like my film and helped you purchase one of these guys, affiliate links below, then thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do, because tons more coming. I'm gonna go and pick up the broken one, and yeah.
Now that is a serious anamorphic flare. When the flare gets into the top part or the bottom part of the image, it does have quite a nice juicy curvature to it. It's not something you can really fix in post, but as you can see, if it gets down to the middle of the frame, it's more or less straight. But as soon as it gets higher and higher, the curvature becomes a lot more pronounced. Now, I do really like the blue flares this is giving out, and even outside it does quite a nice job when you get a nice hit of a light source right in your face. It's looking good. Now let's compare these. This is the Osmo Pocket with nothing on at all. Keep an eye on the right hand side of the frame. You can see the 83 now. No flares going on at all. Let's put on the version 2 anamorphic. Version 2 anamorphic. No 83, so you can see it's a little bit more narrow, but there is a flare right in the middle of the frame there. Now let's try the wide. Nothing on at all. Let's stick on the version 1 wide and let's have a look if 83 is there. There it is, and check out the sharpness. It's sharp all over. Let's try version 2 now and see if we can see 83. And no, we can't. So it's a little bit narrower than the version 1, but still sharp edge to edge. So once more, Osmo Pocket no filter, D-Squeeze, version 1 anamorphic, and version 2 anamorphic, a little bit warmer. Once again, Osmo Pocket no filter, Osmo Pocket Wide version 2, and Osmo Pocket Wide version 1, much wider. So this is me vlogging with absolutely no filter on at all, and let's have a look. If I stick on the filter, it's a much wider frame, much wider. Let's check that out once more. Right here and right there. I mean, it's I feel a lot more comfortable vlogging with the filter on, because I don't have to have my arm out really far. It's kind of nice and comfortable right now, but without it I have to kind of stretch it out pretty straight for it to be anywhere near comfortable. Good stuff, Freewell, good stuff. Does anybody want a broken Osmo Pocket 1? Doesn't really do much, kind of flips around. It literally just landed like this. Anyway, DM me if you want it. DM me.